The governorship candidate of the Labour Party, Gbadebo Rhodes Vivour, has said the commencement of Oro Festival in parts of Lagos will not affect his chances of winning the governorship election on Saturday.
News began circulating that Lagos monarch Saheed Ademola Elegushi, the Elegushi of Ikate, had scheduled a traditional ride known as the Oro Festival on Saturday, March 18th to disrupt the governorship and House of Assembly elections in Lagos. The Oro Festival is an annual traditional event celebrated by towns and settlements of Yoruba origin. It's usually celebrated only by male descendants who are paternal natives of the specific locations where the particular event is taking place. During the festival, females and non-natives stay indoors, as oral history has it that Oro must not be seen by women and non-participating people. However, the monarch's media aide denied the reports of deliberately restricted movement on election day, stating that people are being mischievous by spreading unfounded allegations against the kingdom, assuring that the festival will not interfere with the conduct of the elections, since the Oro rites would end by 5 a.m. on Saturday, and voters can go about with the exercise. Well, speaking on the development, the governorship candidate of the Labour Party in Lagos, Gbadebo Rhodes Vivour, in a short video shared on social media, said traditional rulers should know better than engaging in any festival that will disenfranchise voters.
Good morning, Lagos. It's important that I address you because some rumors have been circulating that certain traditional rulers, Baale of Ijegun, Elegushi, are declaring Oro Festival that's supposed to start today and go all the way into Saturday. Our intelligence reporters said that this is unconfirmed, it is a lie, and it is false. These are rumors that people are putting out just to intimidate or scare you. Traditional rulers know better than doing any festival that will in any way disenfranchise any voters. Carry on our activities. We have barely 3 days to go. Interact, network, ensure that we get the maximum voter turnout in these local governments, and be rest assured that we are going to come out in force to ensure that we resist any form of intimidation or harassment on Saturday, and our votes are going to count because we are going to follow through and make sure it counts. Thank you. God bless you.
Ayo, I'm coming to you on the story. Dr. Abati, I believe you guys had Rhodes Vivour on the show earlier, and I believe you even asked him a question if he was supporting the Oro Festival. I don't think he had a chance to answer that, but I did ask him again, and he says he's in no way supporting the Oro Festival. But I'm glad that they have come out to clarify that it will not affect the festival. But people don't believe that. Ayo, they are even calling it what do you call it? A political
Oro. Dr. Bati has labeled it political Oro. And it's interesting because in the statement made by the media aide of the Elegushi, he says that the reason why it's even this Saturday is because they moved it from last week Saturday not to disrupt the elections. It means that it could have been moved. And so when the date was changed to the 18th, why didn't they move it as well? The first aspect for me in seeing this is if it's a disrespect of set down laws and rules, and even of Nigeria as a whole. The federal government gives a directive that we have elections, we have curfew from 12 midnight, and then the traditional ruler decides to set his own curfew or movement at the same time. And so I asked the question, and I tried to ask some legal minds. Okay, in these two cases, who rules? Is it the traditional institution or the laws of the land or the directives from the federal government? Now, in terms of how it impacts the election itself, and that's why people have referred to it as political Oro. I must mention that beyond Elegushi, the Baale of Ijegun as well has declared this weekend. In fact, I heard he postponed his own from last week to this week, and then you wonder why, if it is not politically motivated, why is the timing coinciding with the elections? Now, why Elegushi is a hotspot is because of how volatile it was during the presidential elections. We haven't yet seen a conclusive report or perhaps action taken with regards to what happened in Elegushi. For those who might have forgotten, this was where we had thugs come to that polling unit and destroy the ballot boxes, threw away some the votes of some people who had casted their ballots. And the Elegushi made a statement that he did not know all the people that were there. He could not recognize the people. And then people from opposite the other side of the express came to that polling unit, and so INEC posted some people he couldn't have known, everyone in his environment who came to vote on that day. So his statement already was suspect. Someone had said, let's not desecrate tradition and culture in Nigeria. It's revered, we respect, and we honor it. Very soon, what we would have is that churches too will say they don't want to have night vigil on the night of election. Muslims too will say they want to have lectures because it's a right. We should respect people's the right to worship and religious freedom. So it's very important that we take note of this. We are making a noise about this. The Lagos State Governor, we are looking forward to what he would say in response to this, because he has to make a decision. Do not disenfranchise anyone.
I wanted to address the question, what is Oro? Because to many people who are not Yorubas, who are not Nigerians, they probably don't know what Oro is. Oro is an ancient traditional ritual in Yoruba land, used to cleanse the community and used also for the purposes of justice. But it's a gender-specific festival or ritual, if you like, and it is patriarchal in nature. Women are forbidden from seeing the Oro. And the punishment for it is part of it. You know, there are stories. I'm not in a position to tell what the punishment is. You know, there are stories that people could be killed and all of that. Now, but where the problem is that traditionally, the Oro festival is held at night. But some of these our modern neighbors, they now bring out the Oro in daytime. And oftentimes this has caused problems. In 2018, there was a problem in the Pukia, just by the border, when the traditional community decided to bring out the Oro. This led to conflict with the Muslim community. At the end of the day, the matter ended up in court. And Justice Owodunu ruled at the time that Section 38 guarantees freedom of thought. You can be a traditional worshipper. But Section 41 of the 1999 Constitution guarantees freedom of movement. You cannot say people should not move about. Section 42 guarantees discrimination, protection from discrimination. You can't say women cannot move about when they like. So at the end of the day, the court ruled, gave an order of perpetual injunction that you cannot do your Oro festival to disturb other people. He ruled for that if you must do your Oro, it must end at 4 a.m. He ruled for that if you must do Oro, you are the traditional ruler, it must be with the appropriate approval of the state. So the question is, as the Elegushi or the Baale of Ijegun, have they obtained approval from these relevant authorities? In 1999, to remember another example, in Shagamu, 68 persons were killed because of Oro festival. And what was the issue? The Hausa community said, you can't say we can't move about because you are doing Oro. It led to a clash between the Hausa non-indigenous and also the people of Shagamu, the traditional worshippers. 68 persons were killed. The next incident was in Ikorodu. So all these Elegushi and Baale of Ijegun, they should be properly advised about the antecedents in this regard. And they should both realize that if there is any problem, the laws of Nigeria do not grant traditional rulers immunity from prosecution. And that was why I was saying earlier on that the Lagos State government, through the Department of Local Government Affairs and Chieftaincy Affairs, should advise these traditional rulers that the state gave you your staff of office. You have also to ensure a proper balance between tradition and modernity. And if any problem should arise, these traditional rulers should be held responsible, because people are already saying the same Elegushi went to polling unit on February 25 and was saying he didn't want non-indigenous to come and vote within his domain. He doesn't have such authority, and he should be so properly advised.